Early in the piece, you had enough sense of where you were going to go, I want to work with a grand piano, which for somebody that wasn't, you know, raking in receipt-like money...
Yeah, it was audacious.
Was a big call. How did you know that?
I think at some point with choosing to only play on grand pianos, I just went... I saw people going, being in a stand-up comedy club, and they'd have the keyboard, you know, this tiny little keyboard, they'd be standing up, going, this is a funny song, and that's a totally different game. What you're being to the audience is a little dude standing up at a keyboard like an 80s, you know, but sitting down at a piano, which is the beginning of the peace anthem that you saw earlier, and everyone's like, oh wow, you know, it sounds beautiful and we're familiar with this. Yeah. And we understand the idea of someone sitting at a piano with a long coat playing music that sounds like that. And then you go, we don't eat pigs, you don't eat pigs. And that's where the comedy is. So the piano is part of the razor status.
We're going to put a bit of footage up here from that documentary about you having your hair straight and getting the Tim Minchin look, because we could see from that earlier footage, you know, your curly head, you didn't look anything like the Tim Minchin on stage. How did you know that was the look?
I started taking the piss out of rock stars. And the fact that I'm ironically being a rock star, the audience ironically becomes a rock star audience. And in the end, I just get to be a fucking rock star. It's just great. And my look and everything and straightening the hair, it's all done with a sense of humour about it. And in the end, it's just me. It's like my skinny jeans. I started wearing skinny jeans and these boots. Just, I don't know if you can see them. And I like, because I see people wearing these and I go, you fucking want to be rock stars. You're such losers. So I start wearing them ironically. And now I just wear them.
When you were in Edinburgh, you got brilliant reviews, bar one, from a guy in The Guardian called Phil Dowse. Do you remember what he said?
Really? Yeah,
you do,
I remember a great
you?
deal of it. I probably only read it once, but it burns pretty hard in your head, and it's a stupid, you know that human thing that makes your partner go, you know, you look great, you're beautiful, you're great, you're thin, you're beautiful, you're great, you're thin, that looks a bit chubby, you're thin. And what do they remember, you know? Yes. We focus so heavily on the negative, and so that year I must have got, who cares how many good reviews, but this guy's words just sit in your head, because really what we're doing is wandering through life looking for people to confirm the fact that we're shit. You know?
Did it resonate because a part of you thinks he might be right?
That's exactly right. I mean, I think that's what I mean making that ridiculous statement is the reason insults hurt us so much is because on some level we feel that's truer than compliments.
Can we talk about the person that shared this ride with you, which is your wife Sarah? You two were at adjoining schools. You met when you were both at school, right?
Yeah, I don't remember her from that meeting. She remembers me from year 12. I don't remember her till first year uni.
That must be a sore point.
Oh, she's pretty angry about that.
Yeah, that's right.
She's very ugly though, so she just blends into the background.
Yeah. I have some pictures of your wedding, actually, where she looks anything but. Now, I believe that you, part of your wedding vows were song lyrics, is that right?
Oh, Jesus, you got that one.
She scrubs up very well, Tim. You?
She scrubs down pretty well. It's honestly, she's a scrubber, and whichever way she scrubs, she's...
This is one for the kiddies.
Yeah.
Yes.
I really like Sarah, yeah, she's good. And she's really different. She's really different from me, and but we know everything about each other. But yeah, we did. I had the guy who married us, the canon of the Anglican Church, is an amazing guy for all my ranting against the Lord. He did the vows. He said them, and then we said them, and mine was, "Girl, I want to be with you all of the time, all day and all of the night." And hers was, "You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are grey." Oh,
thank goodness you didn't choose "Is that all there is?" or something.
Well, actually, if I did it now, I think I'd probably be a little bit... No, I think if you can't sort of at least have a tiny bit of sincerity on your wedding day, then you're in big trouble. But mostly we just take the piss out of each other.
Where she's lucky is that you are able, with your talents, to write a love song for her. If I could ask you to give us a piece of a song you wrote for her called "If I Didn't Have You."
This is good, this is nice. If I didn't have you to hold me tight, if I didn't have you to lie with at night, when I'm feeling blue, if I didn't have you to share my sighs, and want to kiss me and dry my tears when I cry. Well, I really think that I would have somebody else if I didn't have you, someone else would do.
And she must be very touched when you write
She's
something
overjoyed.
like that.
Actually, that one, I talk about her reaction on stage a bit, but when she first heard it, she didn't like it very much, and I realised immediately that she thought it was a song about love, but it's obviously a song about maths, because it's just got ridiculous lyrics about how statistically it's unlikely that she's the only person in the world for me. You know, it's mathematically unlikely that at a university in Perth I happen to stumble on the one girl on earth specifically designed for me. There's lyrics like that, and so she likes it more and more. But initially it felt a bit rough, because since we got together, my value in the eyes of the opposite sex has changed rather dramatically.
Is that right?
Yeah, just because people like people who play music and stuff, and I used to be, you know, fatter and have curly hair and not any money or anything, and people are fickle, and so when I started appearing on telly, girls like me more.
Do you, because you're often on the road by yourself for long periods of time, do you have to resist temptation?
I did.
Did you?
I did, yeah.
Actually resist?
Well, oh no, I've had several affairs. Whoa, whoops! Oh God, what have I done? No, you so seductive interviewer. I slipped into your trap. I'd be like Alan Bond.
Okay. And cut. Perfect, thank you.
Cheers, there you go. I am very